Hi friends, now today we are going to discuss about another pattern of representation of alphabet symbols in a pattern way. Okay, today we are going to discuss about alphabet symbols. Okay, alphabet symbols in a pattern way. Okay, in the last session we discussed the star patterns and the number patterns, right? So in the same way, now today we are going to discuss about alphabet symbols in the form of pattern way. And in the last session we discussed that another pattern is another pattern is representing numbers in the reverse order. Okay, representing numbers in the reverse order, right? So just we wrote the program and we didn't execute, right? So let me explain this, let me execute this program, then you will get the clarity. Okay, then you will get the clarity. Now observe here once. Okay, now observe here. Let me run. Okay, this is program. This program what we discussed as part of in the last session for this type of requirement. For this type of requirement, let me run this 5 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 3 2 1 and 2 1. Okay, it is got executed. I mean, it is giving the expected output. Right. So this is the program and which is discussed in the last session. Okay, now today we are going to discuss about another pattern. So now today we are going to discuss about another pattern. Observe here. So the pattern is okay, the pattern is if I give n is equal to 5. Okay, if I give n is equal to 5 as input, I want output should be, okay, I want output should be display in the below format. Okay, I want the output should be displayed in the below format, right? Now observe carefully. So to print this program, first observe the requirement. Okay, it is just the same like this requirement. It's just the same like this requirement, and here also we discussed. Okay, it is just like same like a same type of program. Okay, same type of program, but there are some only one change. Okay, only one change. So what is that change? Before to that, first observe the theory what we will write based on that program. Okay, so as we know, let me go for paint. Okay, now observe here carefully. So we know that this is representation of okay, this is representation of a column, and this is representation of rows. Okay, this is representation of rows and this is representation of columns, right? This is the point number one. Okay, identifying, okay, identifying row and column. Okay, this is point number one. Next point number two. Okay, point number two. So when row is incrementing, okay, row is incrementing, column level alphabet symbols are increasing. Okay, when row is incrementing, column also increasing. Okay, column level numbers also increasing when row is incrementing, right? So that means when row is increasing, when row is increasing, column level, okay, column level numbers, okay, column level numbers also increasing. Okay, column level numbers also increasing, right? When row is increasing, column level numbers also increasing, right? Next, when row is increasing, column level numbers also increasing. and this is point number 2. Point number 3. Okay, point number 3. So representation of stars and the numbers is not a problem, but how to represent the alphabets using pattern? Okay, how to represent the alphabets using pattern, right? So how to represent the alphabet patterns means represent represent the alphabet represent alphabet symbols. Represent alphabet symbols. Represent alphabet symbols by using chr of chr of chr of number. Chr of a number. Chr of a number. Right? Next. Next. So to represent the alphabet symbol by using chr function, chr number function, function, function. For that, first we need to initialize. Okay, for that first we need to initialize the. Okay, for that first we need to initialize the character is equal to 65. Okay, for that we need to initialize the character is 65. Okay, ch is equal to 65, like we need to initialize, right? So these are the main patterns. Okay, these are the main patterns. Now observe here. Now observe here. Based on this, first let me write the program. Okay. Anyway, our input is 5. Okay, we are assuming n is equal to 5 our input. Okay. Now observe carefully. So how many rows I want based on this? Okay. Now how many rows I want? 5 rows. Okay. I want 5 rows means okay. I want 5 rows for row in range of, okay, for row in range of n. Okay, for row in range of n. That means here 5. Okay, 5 means 0 to 4. Okay, row, how many rows it will iterate? 5 rows it will iterate. Okay, it will iterate of 5 rows. Okay, it will iterate of 5 rows. Okay, point number 1. Point number 2. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. So point number 2, we need to increment a column level alphabets. Okay, we need to increment a column level alphabets. Okay, for that what I am doing means for column in, okay, for column in range of, okay, observe carefully, for column in range of row I'm taking, because why I'm taking row means when row is increasing, column level numbers also incrementing. That means that is row, that is row is dependent. Okay, row is dependent on column. Okay, row is dependent on column. That's why here I'm writing, okay, here I'm writing only row. When row is first 0, okay, when row is first 0, here also it will get 0. 0 means one iteration. So when first iteration is completed, when it will come 1, when it will come 1, so that time we have to initialize the character. Okay, first time we have to initialize the character. So how to initialize the character means here third point what I wrote, represent the alphabet symbol by using character of number function. For that we need to initialize the ch is equal to 65. Okay, for that I am doing ch is equal to 65. Okay, just I'm initializing to print the pattern. So to print the pattern, right? To print the pattern. Here what happened is CHR of, okay, observe carefully, CHR of CH plus column, CH plus column, CH plus column, comma, end attribute, end attribute. So why I'm taking end attribute? You know why? Because if I'm not taking end attribute, once it is printing this character, so if anyone next character, sorry, if any next character is there, every time it is going to print in the new line. Okay, every time it is going to print in the new line. Okay, when one row is running, okay, when one column is running, make sure everything should be print in that column one until this loop is completed. Okay, until this loop is completed, whatever the information is there, we need to print in the same line. Okay, after that, once this inner loop is completed, we need to say go to the next line and start another iteration. Okay, start another iteration. Okay, start another iteration. Now observe here. Now observe here. Let me execute this program. If you observe here, CH, AB, ABC, ABCD. But if you observe here, if I give n is equal to 5, A, B, C, D, E also it's came. But here we didn't observe E, and startingly we observed one space. So why the space here it is showing? Okay, why the space here it is showing means, let me come to the paint. Okay, okay, now observe here what happened means, so here first n is equal to 5, n is equal to 5. 5 means initially it will start with the 0. Okay, it will start with the 5 means 0. Now row will come to here, 0. So 0 means it will come to here. Column level 0 means, so it will print a character 65 plus 0. Okay, 65 plus 0. Okay, 65 plus 0 means it is going to consider space. Okay, CHR of 65 plus 0 is considered as a space. That's why here in the first scenario, okay, in the first scenario we are observing space. Okay, in the first scenario, that's why we are observing space. In the next iteration, okay, in the next iteration, so this iteration is completed. Okay, this iteration is completed. Once this iteration is completed, next iteration will be come to here. Okay, next iteration will be come to here. So when it started with 1, now it will change to 1. When it will be 1, now it will come to here. Okay, now row value is 1. When row value is 1, okay, when row value is 1, first it will come to here 0. Okay, 0 means 65 plus 0. 65 plus 0 space. Okay, 65 plus 0 space. Next another character 65 plus 1, a. So to prevent this problem, okay, to prevent this problem means, here first we are considering space. Here first here we are considering space. So if you give here plus 1, okay, if you give here plus 1, if you give here plus 1, then it will give the expected output. Okay, then here if you give plus 1, it will give the expected output. Did you observe? If you give plus 1, it will give expected output. That means, observe one more time here. Here plus 1 is there. Okay. Okay. Now observe in this case. Now observe in this case. So n is equal to 5. 5 means 0 to 4. Okay, 0 to 4. First 0. Okay, 0. Here 0. 0 plus 1. Okay, 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 means minus 1 already it will be there. Okay, range of how many elements means that minus 1 element also it is going to consider. So in that case it is going to remove. In that case it is going to remove. So for that, it is going to consider character of row 0. Row 0 means ch of column plus ch. So 65 plus 0. Okay, 65 plus 0. 65 plus 0 means character of 65. Character of 65 means character of 65. Character of 65 means A. Okay, character of 65 means A. That A is going to print in the first case. First case, and immediately it will hold the next value. So here it is going to iterate only one element in the first iteration. Once it is completed, so it will be executed, and so it will come to the next line. It will come to the next line. So after this it will come to here. So 0 is completed. Now next value will be 1. So this row is come to here. 1 plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1 minus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1 minus 1 means only row value is 1 now. Okay, row value is 1 now. When row value is 1, okay, when row value is 1, it will have 0 comma 1. Okay, when row value is 1, 0 comma 1. So 0 comma 1 means that is going to calculate here. Okay, that is going to calculate here, and it will print. 0 means A, 65 plus 0 means A, and 65 plus 1 means B in 2 iterations. Okay, once it is completed, so in every iteration end attribute will play the role. Once it is completed, okay, once it is completed, then inner loop is completed, then it will come to next line. So it will start in the next line. Clear? So this is what happening. Okay, this is what happening with respect to number pattern when we are printing. Okay, clear, right? If you are having any questions or queries, please post your query in the comment section or reach out to my email ID in the given description. Okay, clear, right? Please analyze one more time or watch the video one more time. Okay, please watch the video one more time. Clear? Thank you, friends. Thanks for watching. If you are having any questions,